I'm joined today with Shelley Wiart, a Lloydminster resident, who recently wrote a letter to the editor in the Meridian Source and also started a organization protecting the future of Alberta families, Save Our Healthcare. Thanks for taking some time to talk with me today, Shelley.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here today. Thanks for inviting me.
So the main reason that we're here talking is a letter to the editor that you wrote in the Meridian Source. Can you just talk to me and go through a little bit about what you had to say in that letter to the editor?
I wanted to offer my support and gratitude to Alberta physicians during the pandemic, and I wanted to talk about Bill 30, which is the Health Amendment Act, and also UCP's treatment of Alberta physicians right now. And I just really wanted to advocate for an Alberta healthcare system that is accessible, equitable, and free of financial burden when we access it. So I'm really concerned about primary healthcare and how the UCP government is treating Alberta physicians. And I'm also here to say to frontline workers that we just really appreciate everything that you've done during the pandemic.
So what are some things that really spurred you to write that letter? What are some of the, obviously you mentioned Bill 30 is one of the driving factors, but is there anything else that you heard from people in the community that really kind of pushed you towards writing the letter to the editor?
So actually, I have the full support of my family physician. His name is Dr. Paul Naudet. And he actually gave me consent to quote him today in this interview. So he stated that the cornerstone of a good healthcare system is exactly what Alberta tried to do, to have a strong primary healthcare system accessed through family physicians, but this is at risk of being destroyed by the UCP government. He goes on to state that we, so myself as a patient and the public, have an important role to play in advocating for family physicians and primary health care. He states, the power lies in mobilizing the public. To be honest with you as physicians, we only are as powerful as the public support we have. The challenge right now is that the UCP is making a lot of family physician practices non-viable, and those physicians may leave as their qualifications are transportable. I understand from a friend of mine in a different community that BC recruiters have had a lot of interest from Alberta physicians looking to relocate. In the end, the people will be affected the most is the Alberta public. So I actually had a conversation with my family physician when I went to go visit him about 2 weeks ago to access some medical care for my daughter. And we started to talk about what was happening politically, and it was very concerning to me. And I started to investigate it online and do some research. So then I actually, the Alberta Medical Association has a mailing list, and it's patientvoices.ca. So you can join that, and you can become more aware of what's happening. And, they really advocate that you contact your local MLA. So that's what I did. So on August 21st, I emailed the Lloydminster, Vermilion and Wainwright MLA, Mr. Garth Rosewell, about my concerns regarding Bill 30, the Health Statuses Amendment Act, and UCP's refusal to collaborate with Alberta physicians. So he went on to state that the constituents contacting me with regard to provisions in Bill 30 has, since its passing a month ago, been negligible. The few emails I've received were, again, generic in nature. As such, I have not had to meet with any constituents thus far. So of course that's alarming to me, because I'm hearing from my family physician how there's going to be a mass exodus, and family physicians are looking at BC as a possible place to relocate. And then, I was thinking, well, if the response has been negligible, then we should be better at informing the public on what's happening. So I also suggested to him that the precarious circumstances that most families are in due to the pandemic, including financial strain and job loss, have left this kind of advocacy for the future of Alberta healthcare low on their priority list. So I suggested he host an online public forum so that the constituents from Vermilion, Wainwright, and Lloydminster can voice their concerns from the comfort of their own homes. And we can have an open discussion about what's happening with the Alberta healthcare system.
What would you like, so you had the conversation with Mr. Rosewell. What would you like to see as kind of next steps? I know you started this Facebook page and you wrote the op-ed.
So if I had some next steps, I would say definitely we need to contact our MLA and have an open forum and a discussion about this. And then I really wanted to have a Facebook page and just talk about the truth of the matter and what's really happening with the UCP and their alienation of family physicians. And then also I wanted to have local physicians share their own perspectives. So that's what we're going to do on Thursday. I actually have a physician from Wainwright who I'm going to have a chat with and edit a video and then put it up on the Facebook group. And then, you know, I guess I just want the public to have a discussion and to be active citizens in democracy and make sure that their voices are heard. You know, don't just complain about this and let it go. I want you to contact our MLA. I want you to send out letters. I want you to make phone calls. And I want to make sure that you understand what's happening with Alberta's healthcare system. And so I guess, you know, the other thing is I just really wanted to support my own family physician because he's such an amazing doctor and he's really trying to do what's right. And I think all family physicians are, which is, you know, they're advocating on behalf of their patients.
Thanks for taking some time to talk with me today. For people who are interested in looking at your Facebook page, where can people find that?
First off, you can email me if that's easier for you. And my email is saveourhealthcareab@gmail.com. And then my Facebook page is Protecting the Future of Alberta Families, Save Our Healthcare. And so it's Save Our Healthcare AB.
Well, thanks for taking some time to talk with me today, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you so much.